Policy 1115 Student Assessment. NBCC applies student assessment practices that ensure equitable, fair, and consistent evaluation of student academic and non-academic performance. NBCC has an ongoing commitment to create and sustain learning environments that will support student learning, involvement, participation, and growth. The purpose of the student assessment policy is to ensure fair and informed evaluation of student learning and performance, and to outline the assessment of individual student academic and non-academic progress and standing. The assessment of student learning and progress at NBCC is considered a continuous process, not a single event. This policy applies to individual student performance issues, academic and/or non-academic. Formative learning assessment is a diagnostic mode assessment of which the primary function is to put in place the appropriate adjustments for optimum learning. Summative learning assessment is a learning assessment of which the primary purpose is to recognize the student's degree of knowledge and skills acquired in order to grant course credit based on computation of the student's marks and grades. Summative assessment may include periodic assessments done at predetermined times during the course and at the conclusion of the course as specified in the course outline. Minor misconduct is conduct which breaches the student's express or implied obligations as set out in the Student Code of Conduct, which is not deemed to be major misconduct. Major misconduct is conduct which breaches the student's express or implied obligations as set out in the Student Code of Conduct, and is also threatening, aggressive, harassing, violent, or harmful, or potentially harmful, to property or individuals. It also includes recurring minor misconduct. Implementation. Informal assessment. College staff are responsible for evaluating and assessing a student's academic progress and behavioral conduct. Feedback from evaluations and inappropriate behavior is discussed with individual students on an ongoing basis by the appropriate college staff, allowing for student input. Self-referral and informal referral options for counseling and other assistance will be used when appropriate. When a concern exists regarding student performance, academic or non-academic, college staff are expected to inform the student of the concern and to explain the nature of the concern, outlining the reasonable expectations for improvement, and asking how the student intends to improve. Notation of the concern is completed and provided to the student and the department head. If significant improvement is not noted after a reasonable period of time or the nature of the issue is severe in nature, it is referred to the formal assessment process. Formal assessment, Student Assessment Committee. A student assessment committee is called to formally assess issues in the following areas: failure to meet academic requirements, violations of the Student Code of Conduct, and violations of the Academic Integrity Policy. Membership in the Student Assessment Committee may consist of the following representatives or designates: the department head of the program involved, who also serves as chair, the college personnel involved, when appropriate, other staff may attend as guests, an NBCC student support, and appropriate individuals as guests, for example, a sponsoring agency, co-op coordinator, etc. Students shall be notified by the department head in writing of the Student Assessment Committee meeting, its mandate, and the responsibilities at least 2 academic days in advance of the meeting. Student input and participation in the assessment process is valued and encouraged. The Student Assessment Committee acts within the scope of the mandate of NBCC and its existing policies. The committee conducts an internal review of the academic failure or policy violation by ensuring that all relevant facts from all parties involved be reviewed and taken into consideration. The student has the right to attend the assessment meeting and to make a presentation in person. If the student chooses to make a presentation, the staff involved also has the right to attend and make a presentation. In the event the student does not attend, the meeting will take place in his absence. The student is encouraged to speak with their student support prior to the committee meeting. The student may be permitted to attend subsequent courses awaiting the decision of the assessment committee. Student assessment committee decisions may include, but are not limited to, any of the following: PASS, Program to Assist Student Success referral of the student for counseling, special assessment, or other remedial approaches; additional requirements established for program completion; a reprimand, so that the student is advised of unacceptable behavior, with formal notification that continuation of such behavior will result in disciplinary action; change in student standing as a result of minor misconduct, for example, conduct probation or conduct suspension; a change in student standing as a result of major misconduct, for example, conduct probation, conduct suspension, or expulsion; and overturning of the previous decision based upon information and evidence provided. Discipline should be reasonable and progressive in nature and can range from verbal warning to expulsion. Committee decisions are made through a consensus decision-making process for probation and suspension, and may require a higher level of consultation for incidences of expulsion. Records of the meeting, outcomes, and other relevant documentation are confidentially maintained for the current academic year. For meetings resulting in the termination of a student's training, records become part of the official student record. In cases of severe breach of college policies, the department head may suspend a student for a period of 3 academic days while waiting the scheduling of the student assessment meeting. The date the student is advised of the committee's decision is the actual date of the assessment meeting, not the date of the letter of notification. At the time of student advisement, the student is also informed of their right to appeal. A copy of the letter notifying a student of the Student Assessment Committee's decision is copied to the department head, manager of student development, and sponsor, if applicable, and maintained in the official student record. In the case of a change in student standing, the registrar adds the appropriate notation to the official student record. Students who have been suspended for disciplinary reasons will be readmitted to a class or program only after the time frame specified, and conditions of the assessment committee decision have been met. For more information about NBCC's policies, visit nbcc.ca, current students, policies, or speak with your department head.